Hey guys, let me know what you think by liking and commenting, and it really helps me and this channel out when you subscribe, so please click that button. Thanks a bunch. Hey, just a bit of a warning. This is not a hold your hand tutorial. This is kind of a quick overview of how I converted a Marklin steam engine that was digital into DCC. You're going to need to have some bare wire installs underneath you first. You're going to have taken those on so you know which wire is which. I am just going to rush through this and show you how I did this one. I have a tutorial on how to do a bare wire install, so I will link that in the description. Please go to that first before attempting this, because this is not designed for beginners. So without much further ado, here we go. Hey everybody. So I was at this estate sale and I picked up this Marklin locomotive, and the problem is the outer sleeve is different from the box. The box is that of a German Class 52 steam locomotive, and the sleeve is that of a Soviet captured Class 52 steam locomotive. So yeah, the locomotive is the same, but the country of register, so to speak, is different. So I'm not sure which one I got in the box. Let's see. Oh, yep, I got the Soviet one. Note if you take a look at the number here, it is the Soviet for... nope, we're not doing that right now. We're not doing that right now, so let's wait on that. Anyway, this is the Soviet Class 52, and what happens is they captured them as spoils of war. But what's weird is this isn't the actual number that was on the locomotive originally either. I think this guy put in his own number, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. I really don't know. Sometimes you get the weirdest thing at estate sales, but the price was good. Oh, well, just in case there was any doubt, there is the Soviet star on the front. Hello? No, we're not doing that right now, for crying out loud. Thank you. Why don't you go do something? Okay, anyway. See, there's the original number on the back. So I don't know what this particular road number meant to this guy, but I got a bit of a mishmash here. German locomotive captured by the Soviets, but then customized by the owner, and I don't know why he chose this specific road number. All right, so I've decided to go ahead and convert this to DCC sound, because right now it has a Marklin Motorola chip in it, which is nice. It'll run on my Marklin Central Station. But what I really want is for it to have some sound because of this. No. Gosh darn, what in the world? No. Go in the other room. Go in the other room. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, it's a really nice looking locomotive, but what I want is some sound out of this, which the original Marklin Motorola chip isn't going to give me. As I've told you in my other instructional videos, you've got to make sure it runs in analog. In this case, it needs to just run, because it's never going to run in analog. It's already got a Marklin Motorola chip, and it kind of hesitated at first. It's a little bit herky-jerky, but after some running, I think what happened is the slider back there wasn't making great contact, so I adjusted it. Also, I think that the actual slider contact with the leaf here wasn't very good. So I figured that would just work itself out over time as this thing sort of bounced around and I guess wore a couple new grooves into it. So I figured just some of my redoing that would help. So I think it was okay. I finally got it running to the point where it was satisfactory. It's interesting, it has a smoke unit in it, and it looks like it's never been used, and I don't think I'm actually going to use this smoke unit. Just for a lot of reasons, at least at this point, I'm not going to use the smoke unit. I might do something with it later, but I think it's going to be more trouble than it's worth, so I'm just not going to bugger with it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start taking this apart. With the screwdriver under here. Get this screw out. Come on, twist. Get this thing out. This will take the top off. There we go. That is a Marklin Motorola chip. It is one of the earlier chips, it looks like, and when I went and searched for it, it turns out it's a Marklin 6090. no problem. We can certainly work with that. Here's what we have with the 6090. It's the C90 there in the center, and the engineer's side, which is the grinder, comes up into these red wires. The conductor side, which is normally the black in a DCC unit, comes up just through here. I'll show that to you. The motor negative, that's normally gray, is green, and the motor positive is blue, but that would normally be orange when we're dealing with DCC. And the yellow is still the same. It's actually the tail lights, and the white is the headlamp. Okay, so here's what we'll do. The red here comes in from the grinder, so that is actually the red pickup on DCC. The red that you see coming out of here is actually going to go to the smoke unit, and again, I'm not going to bugger with it. This red one is going to go to the controller, and that one that goes underneath goes to the slider. The brown that you see coming in here is coming in from the return pickups on the locomotive side, and what's going to happen is we're going to take this other brown lead that went into the Marklin Motorola, and that is going to be the black going into the DCC controller. This white wire that's left over is eventually going to go to the headlight. This brown lead here goes into the tail lamp, and what we're going to do is we're going to replace that with the blue positive common. That brown wire you see coming up from the trucks is actually another one of the black inputs, so we will just leave that, go to that crossover board, and it will also go into the black conductor side pickup. This yellow wire will become the negative lead to the rear light, whereas the brown one that you saw going in there will once again take the positive VCC. All right, just to prove that this red lead goes all the way to the smoke unit, and I'll take a look at the rest of this stuff on the motor in a second. You can see here that indeed it goes to the smoke unit. So if you decide that you want to use the smoke unit, you're going to have to use that lead for the positive blue VCC, if that's what you're going to want to do. But like I said, I'm not going to mess with it. All right, let me get this all together back here, and what you'll eventually do is connect the blue to the motor positive, which is orange, the green to the negative, which is the gray. You can discard the resistors. I don't see why you need them, just chunk them. Alrighty, let me take you to the motor here, and we will figure out what to do with that. And what's nice is since this is Marklin Motorola, you don't need to change out anything in here. Everything is already digital ready because it's digital. You can chunk these capacitors. There's no real reason to have them on there. Just get rid of them. Next thing you'll need to do is pull this brown wire. We'll use it later, and then that will actually become the front light positive. So what you need to do is you need to splice a wire and run that back into the tender and put that into the blue VCC common of your decoder. The brown wire that you pulled off the capacitor, just solder that directly to this pad right here. And that is going to become our return pickup for the front part of this unit, for the actual steam engine itself. So I'll just zoom in here a little bit. Once again, just remove the brown wire. It's attached to the capacitor, but all you have to do is just solder it right to this little brass attaching post here. And that's it, and that'll become your negative. If you're wondering about the headlights, you don't need to use a resistor. The headlights are actually designed for 18 volts, 18 and 19 volts. So strangely, they're actually going to look a little dim if you just run it into a 12 volt DCC port. And again, don't forget, in order to get those headlights to work, you're going to have to pull that one brown wire and then splice it in with whatever color you want. But I put blue in there so I know that it's going to be the VCC positive. We'll just do a quick test run. You can hear it. You can see that the lights are up. And let's see if it works. Here it goes. Okay, I'll let this run around with some other Soviet buddies, and yeah, it'll fit in just fine, I think. Oh, okay, you know what? Darn it. Just do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want. No one around here listens to me anyway. I think I got everything said that I needed to say. I don't care. Do whatever. I don't care anymore. Just mess around. Screw around this whole time. I don't care. Like usual, if this helps you in any way, not that I really care right now because I'm so irritated, but if this helped you anyway, please like. Add a comment if you don't mind, and I would really appreciate it. Not that anybody appreciates me, but I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. That would help make up for this debacle, make up for the fact that it doesn't seem like anyone gives a darn, nobody listens to what I say, so it would be really, really cool if you could subscribe. Yeah, any of those things, something to pull me away from the misery of nobody listening to me around here. Anyhow, I hope you have a great time, have a lot of fun model railroading, and I will catch you later. Take care.